Hello students and welcome to the history class of Standard 7. Today in this video we are going to learn about the Marathas, the protectors of the nation, part 1, presented by Sara Pereira. After Bajirao won, Shahu Maharaj appointed his son Balaji Bajirao alias Nana Sahib the Peshwa. Following the invasion of Nadir Shah, there was instability in Delhi. In these circumstances, Nana Sahib tried to stabilize the Maratha rule in the north. Ahmad Shah Abdali posed a challenge to the Marathas at Panipat. We shall learn about these developments in this chapter. First, let us begin with situation in the north. The region to the northwest of Ayodhya province, at the foothills of the Himalayas, was called Rohilkhand in the 18th century. The Pathans who had migrated from Afghanistan had settled in this region. They were known as Rohilas. The Rohilas had wrought havoc in the Doab region of the Ganga and Yamuna rivers. The Nawab of Ayodhya invited the Marathas to subdue the Rohilas. The Marathas chastised the Rohilas. So the Rohilas they were the Pathans from Afghanistan who had come and settled in the foothills of or in the regions near Ganga and Yamuna river and under the foothills of Himalayas. And these people had created havoc in the sense they were actually the ones who were fighters. Okay, they were kind of dacoits, or we call them, or they were robbing and looting people, and they were very dangerous. So the Nawab of Ayodhya, he was very troubled because of them, and he did not know how to tackle the situation. He had heard of the Marathas, so he called the Marathas. He took help of the Marathas to teach the Rohilas a lesson. And so the Marathas went there and they chastised the Rohilas as they tried to remove them out of that region, and they were successful in doing so. Conflict with the Afghans. Ahmad Shah Abdali, the ruler of Afghanistan, was attracted by the riches of India. He marched on the Punjab in 1751 CE. There was anarchy in the Mughal territory. The Mughals were facing the threat of Abdali's invasion. In these circumstances, the Mughals found it necessary for their own protection to seek the help of the Marathas. The emperor was sure of the Maratha strength and integrity. There was no other power strong enough to protect Delhi. Therefore, the emperor entered into a treaty with the Marathas in April 1752. According to this treaty, the Marathas agreed to protect the Mughal power from enemies like the Rohilas, the Jats, the Rajputs, and the Afghans. In return, the Marathas were to get cash money, the right to collect chauthai in the territories of the Punjab, Multan, Rajputana, Sindh, and Rohilkhand, and the Subedari of Ajmer and Agra provinces. As per the treaty, the Peshwa sent the Shinde Holkar armies for the protection of Delhi on behalf of the Chhatrapati. When Abdali learned that the Marathas were marching to Delhi, he went back to his country. Because the threat of Abdali was thus thwarted due to the Marathas, the emperor gave them chauthai rights to the Mughal Subhas. These Subhas included Kabul, Kandahar, and the Peshawar. Those Subhas were previously a part of the Mughal Empire, Now they were part of Abdali's Afghanistan. As per the treaty, it was a duty of the Marathas to win the Subhas back from Abdali and annex them to the Mughal Empire. Abdali, however, wanted to bring under Afghan control the region up to the Punjab. So a conflict between the Marathas and Abdali was imminent and inevitable. Raghunath Rao, brother of the Peshwa Nana Sahib, accompanied by Jayappa Shinde and Malhar Rao Holkar, undertook the campaign of North India to combat Abdali. The local rulers in the north saw the Marathas from the south as their competitors. They did not take any account they did not take into account the broad vision of the Marathas and remained neutral, offering no help to the Marathas. They did not like the Maratha supremacy and interventions in the Delhi court. Surajmal Jat and Rani Kishori were the only ones who helped the Marathas wounded in the Battle of Panipat. Also, some of the orthodox sects in the north saw Marathas as people belonging to other religions. They too left aside the broad vision of the Marathas. They persuaded Abdali to invade India with a view to reducing the Maratha might. They expected that Abdali would defeat the Marathas and drive them away back to the south beyond the river Narmada. So this shows how Indians were against themselves. Okay, they thought that Marathas are capturing all these territories because they want to capture everything and they want to rule everything. So this was their misunderstanding. And they thought that Marathas are from south or they are from the western eastern sides and then they are coming and ruling north, which means it is a kind of a warning for us, or this is kind of uh, difficulty for us. So they invited people from outside, the enemies especially, to defeat the Marathas. So this was a very sad part actually, that they did not believe in the Marathas. The Maratha standard on Attock. Najib Khan was a Rohilla chief. He found it hard to tolerate the Maratha supremacy in the north. At the behest of Najib Khan, Abdali invaded India again. We learned previously that Marathas were invited by the Nawab of Ayodhya to remove the Rohillas, and the Marathas had already defeated Rohillas once. So now Najib Khan, who was a chief of Rohilla, he thought Marathas are a great threat for us and we need to destroy them. So he took help of Abdali and he invited Abdali. This was the fifth time that Abdali had invaded India. He captured Delhi. He returned to Afghanistan with a huge booty, okay, which means he used to loot the people and he used to take away the wealth on a large amount, and he used to literally carry away the wealth of the nation. Raghunath Rao and Malhar Rao Holkar marched to the north again. They captured Delhi. Then, driving out Abdali's officers, they captured the Punjab. The Marathas pursued Abdali's soldiers right up to Attock in 1758. The Maratha standard was raised at Attock. Attock is in present-day Pakistan. Okay, it's not in our country now; it is in Pakistan. But Marathas realized that Abdali is coming and looting our nation, and we have to protect it. So they, Raghunath Rao and Malhar Rao Holkar, they went there. They marched to the north, and they recaptured Delhi and Punjab, which was under Abdali. Whereas Najib Khan, who was a Rohilla chief, he was not bothered about that. He just wanted to protect himself. So he was inviting Abdali from Afghanistan. From Attock, the Marathas pushed the campaign up to Peshawar. However, they did not make proper arrangements to look after this newly conquered territory. Okay, they went on conquering different territories, but sad part is they could not look after the administration or could not make proper arrangements to look after this newly conquered territory. So they were not safe. The enemy could anytime come and take away these territories or capture these territories. So this was a flaw because the Marathas also were busy in the battle. They were busy in capturing different territories that sometimes they also could not properly establish their power in that territory, and so it was many a times difficult to look after the administration of these several territories which were captured. Dattaji's Vellore. To get a firm hold over the Punjab and to crush Najib Khan, the Peshwa sent Dattaji Shinde and Janakoji Shinde to the north. Dattaji went to the north. Keeping Dattaji engaged in negotiations, Najib Khan established contacts with Abdali. He requested Abdali to come to his help. On receiving the message from Najib Khan, Abdali invaded India again. Dattaji and Abdali confronted each other at Puradi Ghat on the banks of the Yamuna. A fierce fight ensued. Ensued is what? A fierce fight broke between both of them. Dattaji showed tremendous valor. He met with a heroic death in this battle. Dattaji fought very bravely. At last, he was severely wounded and collapsed on the battleground. Najib Khan, Rohilla's advisor, Qutub Shah, stepped down from his elephant and came towards Dattaji. He asked Dattaji, "क्यों पटेल जी, हमारे साथ तुम और भी लड़ेंगे?" Dattaji was in a wounded state, but after hearing these words of Qutub Shah, he replied with pride, "हाँ, बचेंगे तो और भी लड़ेंगे." This is how Dattaji was a very heroic personality. He was willing to die for Swaraj and he was willing to die for the independence of the nation. He did not want any enemy or any foreign invader to come and rule over the nation. So he died a heroic death on the battle on the grounds of Yamuna. But this shows that how Shivaji Maharaj and his associates, even after Shivaji Maharaj's death, his associates like Dattaji and different Dhanaji and many Peshwas, they were also willing to die. Sadashivrao Bhau. Nana Sahib sent his cousin Sadashivrao Bhau and eldest son Vishwas Rao to the north to crush Abdali. Sadashivrao Bhau was Chimaji Appa's son. He had with him a huge army and a powerful artillery. Ibrahim Khan Gardi was the chief of the artillery. He had defeated the Nizam in the Battle of Udgir in 1760 CE. CE is Common Era on the strength of his artillery. So these are few other associates or other sardars who were brave enough and who also were had an important contribution in the Maratha War of Independence. The remaining half of the lesson will be continued in the next module. Hope to see you there. Thank you.